Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have 10 questions. I will answer it. It was generated by AI. I ordered from ChatGPT to generate for me 10 questions about language learning. Yes, I'm Mohammed. Okay, I'm Palestinian, and that's my first video at my channel by English language. My native language is Arabic. Okay, so let's start. The first question is, what inspired you to start learning a new language? Or to be more exact, learning new languages, plural, he asked me. Yeah. So the first reason it's to me to get into more knowledge and to be knowledgeable about the world and other cultures, and it's make me feel satisfied about myself. So satisfaction, it's very important in our life about ourselves because it's the languages, it reflects so many things in that life to understand. For example, you can't understand about the world without have knowledge about their languages, or you can't understand another culture without know, or you have a little bit now about their languages, right? So that's its main reason for me. Yeah, second question is, what were the biggest challenges you faced when learning English? Okay, I faced the main problem, enormous problem for me in English. It was about the pronunciation. It was so hard for me that it was about 12 years ago. Yeah. And that's the main problem it was. So after that, I was feel unconfident about my pronunciation. So after I saw so many politicians and so many people, they are scholars and they feel normal about their pronunciation because they aren't native speakers English. Okay, so after that I feel I have ability to to speak confidently, and I feel okay about myself and normal. So yeah, that's it was the a main problem or main challenge for me in English. The third question, how is learning Hebrew different from learning English? I have so many things to talk about the differences between the Hebrew and English. The first thing, it's the system writing. In Hebrew, they have two system writing, print writing and handwriting. Okay, in English, they don't have that. It's the same word in English by print. It's same writing by hand. So that's the first. The first difference. The second one is about English. We start to write from left to right. In Hebrew, we start to write from right to left. So it's same the Arabic. Okay. And another thing, the stream structure of the sentences and the tenses in the Hebrew and English. In the Hebrew, they don't have so many tenses they are talking in. Okay, like Arabic. And it's so similar to Arabic. We can talk about that in the next videos. Okay, that's all. The fourth question, what are some of the most effective methods you use to learn a language? Uh, most effective method for me to learn a new language, it's to start like a baby, how they are acquired or acquisition a new language. I do same they are do especially if I start from scratch with the language. So I try every time to listening a lot for a reasonable materials, and it's fascinating for me. I have interest about that material, what I'm listening to enjoy, to feel enjoyable with that material, and I try to speak every time and try to think in that targeting language at the same time. Yeah, so that's all. Okay, the fifth question, how important is immersion in the language learning process? Okay, immersion, that it's when you make everything surrounding to you um, by by that language targeting, or which language you are targeting right now. So for example, you write on the screen about that and door, and like a flashcards, and use the flashcards on the wall, to be in your area, to be so near to you, and you have so many contact with that language every time when you go to your bed. For example, you have so many things. It's to make your memory like it's a present. Okay, so that's what does mean immersion yourself. So actually, by the listening, almost time I immerse myself by the listening for the podcast. So that's my method for listening that material I have interest about. It's very important. So yeah, that's all. I explain what does mean immersion, and after that I talk about that my method to immersion. It by the listening for the podcast. That's my method, and try to learn. And the yeah, I have one another thing about the immersion. I try to make every time outcomes and results about the language. For example, if I read something, I will give you example about the English. Um, before when I start with English, I was have I was having so many notes about the English. For example, leading, leader, leadership, reading, readership. So it came of me by the outcomes and results as a result is from the learn. Okay, so I can understand how we can use it, and how we can make that outcomes, and make that results to understand, and that's notes to understand more about the language. So that it's important. It's the main. It's the main of the immersion when you make outcomes and results from the learning. Okay. Sixth, what strategies do you use to stay motivated when learning a new language? Actually, I impose myself uh, to have a discipline with this language. It's not about that just motivated, because motivated it can't be as something give you power. Okay, so you have to impose yourself sometimes to keep with your goals. Yeah, that's my method. I don't believe there the motivation it's enough for you as a learner for the languages. How do you practice speaking a new language when you don't have any native speakers around? Like what I'm doing right now. I'm speaking with myself, right? I have 10 questions and I try to answer about these questions. So that's it's a practice. Even I speak right now, I'm talking right now by the foreign language for me, right? So that it's not my native language. Even I have mistakes or problem talking, it's okay. Actually, for me it's okay. I pass that so many times. Actually, today there are so many people they made mistakes in their languages, so it's reasonable to made mistakes in my second language, English, as a speaker of English as a second language. It's reasonable. It's okay, right? Okay, ethic questions. What role do movies, podcasts, and music play in your language learning journey? Movies, no. I don't have interest with. Podcast, yes. Music, no, because I like to listen for Arabic music. I don't have interest about the English music. But podcast, yes. I about the politics, history. I have so many. I follow so many and I watch so many podcasts about history, politics. Yes, something like this. How long did it take you to feel comfortable speaking in English? I think it was after 6 months. It's enough. 6 months with a schedule, with something not chaotic, with something it's organized. Okay, you have just 6. 6 months, it's enough to be able to speak as a comfortable speaker or as comfortable user. Yeah, that's my perspective about my point of view about that. Okay. Okay. 10th question. What advice would you give to someone struggling to learn a new language? Actually, I don't have advice about that. You can write to me at the comment. Okay. Uh, what's your advice about who is struggling to learn a new language? If you understand all that my podcast, yeah, and don't forget to like my video, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell, okay, to be follow and to watch everything it's new in my channel. um, okay, right now I will tell you why I don't have any advice about the who is learning a new language, because it's different from someone to another. I, language, it doesn't have a general rule to learn. So that's my vision about. Okay. Yeah, even here I have finished. So see you. Bye bye. Ciao.